Hello and welcome to the morning after the night before, or at least the day before. My first audax, and my first 160k, yay me. Not bad for an old git. So what do I think of it? It's an event that's designed around your electronics. You've got this sheet that they give you, and if you can follow the turn left, turn right, guys, you'd be much better with a map. I can read maps. The turn left, turn right directions. Yeah. Anyway, the electronics worked well. My phone is good for about 40 miles, give or take. Battery gives it, the external battery that I took gives it an extra 6 hours. So in total, 10 hours. Bit unfortunate in that it took me 10 hours, 14 minutes. So I was guesstimating on the way back. The last few K, I knew roughly where I needed to go. I had a rough idea of where the last checkpoint was at 155k, so I sort of aimed for that. Didn't find the checkpoint, but I was sort of mulling around roughly the right area, and then sort of thought, stuff it, we'll just ride back. So it took me 10 hours 14. The last 10 miles or so, I was blown basically, pushing it up hills, and very wobbly. Yeah, pretty much, having trouble keeping warm the whole 9 yards. So, yeah, it's brutal, but it's 100 miles. You're riding 100 miles. It's got to be epic. This is like the London Marathon of cycling. Obviously, my next big thing is the 200k. So now I know roughly what I need to do. One of the things I do need to do is either buy a second battery, or more realistically, look at a decent navigation system. Something like a Wahoo Bolt or something like that. So that's a save up for jobby. Now, as for the rest of it, it was a blast. An entire day on the bike. No one was expecting to get off feeling, very sore and achy and all the rest of it. No. I was expecting a lot of discomfort in the ride. No. Yes, I did feel it at the end of it. And yes, I did sleep for 12 hours. Pie and chips, or at least the thought of pie and chips, got me going for the last 40 miles. So I had pie and chips. Could hardly eat it, I was so knackered. And yeah, is it worth doing? Yep. It's a personal sort of goal type thing. It's a day out on the bike. Had great weather for it actually. I wasn't too sure on the weather because when I got up it looked like it'd been raining, a bit cloudy. So I took my coat and stuff. But lost that by about 10 o'clock. Took the coat off, put it in the bag at the front on the bars. Rest of the day, fine. Fortunately, I'd suntanned up. Ran into a bloke called Steve and he was having trouble. Fortunately, yeah, it's on the way towards Rutland. So from where we were coming from the south up towards Rutland, it's very up and down, very hilly. Complete nightmare, and he looked like he was about to give up. So I said, right, got the solution for you. So we pulled in at Rutland Water, tea and cake. Yeah, nice bit of lemon cake, and a large tea. Came to about $4.90. But it was the break he needed, and the break I needed as well. And away we went. So had go gels, as you do. Ran out of water. That's 2 litres of water, probably about 80 miles in. Fortunately, managed to find a pub. I went in bearing plastic. Now, wouldn't hear of it, which is nice. Topped up with water, in with the go powder, sorted. Go gels as well, munches and various other things. So pretty much, did everything right. The bike performed beautifully. You know, no problems with the bike at all. You know, it was fun. As I said, Steve, he'd sort of come down from Nottingham. Yeah, I stayed with him for the rest of the ride, you know, and we had a good sort of, yeah, it's the people you meet as well type thing. We were the last ones back, but old git, I'm playing that card. Met a few others. There was a doctor. Was tempted to sort of hang about with her in case I had a heart attack halfway through, but she was gone. You know, 40-year-old, does it. But that's fine. You know, all in all, it's definitely worth doing. The only things I would do next time, as I said, look at the electronics, either a second battery or a Wahoo, something like that, that I can navigate through. But the event is definitely set up for electronics. So if you don't have a way of uploading GPX files, by the way, Komoot, damn good bit of free software that allows you to upload GPX files and follow it like a sat-nav. Yeah, without that I would have been seriously messed up, you know, just following this bit of paper or what have you. So if you're doing it on the phone, take enough batteries to recharge your phone, but also Komoot, damn good, and it doesn't cost you anything. If you want to buy extra maps or anything other than the basic your local region, you know, I think it costs you $8.99 or something on top. Yeah, good software. Doesn't upload to Strava, but you know, I'd rather know where I was going than have bragging rights on Strava. Actually, you know, I've got nothing to brag about basically. I sort of poodled along, had a nice day out, and that's what it's about. It's having a nice day out. It's about meeting people, taking in the countryside, and just mucking about on your bike. Anyway, that'll do you.